Oh my God, guys. I've been playing around with artificial intelligence over the last couple months. Now, I know a lot of people are heavily against the idea of using artificial intelligence, but guess what? It's not going anywhere. So, the truth of the matter is that it's here to stay. And honestly, we live in a digital era where things are constantly changing. So, to ignore it, no, 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 you don't want to do that. But here's why you should be using artificial intelligence in your business to dominate your market and stay ahead of your competitors. So let's get right into it. All right, now, if you're a returning viewer, I just want to say welcome back and thank you so much for supporting my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Jess. I'm the founder of Prestige Marketing. On this channel, we talk about amazing marketing and business tips. So, with that being said, I'm super excited to dive into this topic because it's something that's new and it's very relevant to everyone. So, like I was saying, things are always changing, and you have two options. You can ignore it and get left behind, or you can adapt and continue to evolve. So the reality is that if it's not AI in 5 years, it'll be something else. In 10 years, there's going to be something else again. So change is inevitable and a catalyst for growth. So I'm not ignoring the fear surrounding AI at all. So well, let's talk about some of those. So the big one is AI sounds so complex. Will it replace our human touch? What about customer data privacy? Ugh. What happens when people become overly reliant on automation? What about the people who are going to lose their jobs? So let's pause it there and discuss each of these. Now, while I do think AI is an amazing tool, but you have to remember it's just that. It's just a tool and it's not intended to be a primary resource to replace everything in your business. So, one of the things that I've learned from working with AI is that the info is not always accurate. So, some of the things you really want to look at is you want to validate that info based on your own experience in your particular market. Now, it's one thing, it's like, okay, you have book knowledge, but then, things are different in practice. So definitely use your own experience. And that's something you can't get out of a book, you can't get out of a Google search. You have to a- apply what you've learned in your business over the years. And in addition to that, you also want to utilize other marketing tools as well. Now, if you want to review the info, ne- like I said, you definitely want to review the info and analyze it and edit it so that it's delivering your brand messaging. So, a lot of times, if you were to take the info that you get directly out of ChatGPT, sometimes it sounds a little robotic. So, you definitely want to edit the text and kind of provide your voice because everyone speaks a certain way. Everyone's brand is a little bit different. So, definitely speak with your brand message. So, like I said, you definitely don't want to just copy and paste the information it's providing. Now, if you're using this for your blog, you still have to do keyword research to ensure that keyword isn't too competitive. Now, what I mean by that is, let's say, for example, Facebook owns the keyword Facebook marketing. Now, you'll never be able to compete with a $1 billion business. So, you still need to do some work in order to make sure you're most effective because the last thing you want to do is create a ton of articles and blogs and information regarding these different keywords that is not really helping you if it's not actually helping your website to rank on page one of Google. Now, don't get me wrong, there will be people who will lose their jobs because of this. But in my opinion, I think the key takeaway here is that you have to learn to adjust and rise above it. So, for an example, copywriters were largely impacted. If not already, they definitely will be in the future. I definitely see that as one of those industries that are basically high risk for technology implementations. So, for any of you who don't know what that is, basically a copywriter is basically the people who they write the text on your website, or they may generate the text for ads and things like that. So, if I was a copywriter, I would be looking to rebrand myself as an SEO data specialist that helps businesses 10x their written ad and website strategies. Now, if a business was not familiar with the basics of SEO prior to AI, or if they didn't know how to develop a high converting website previously, then AI is not going to fix the problem. Okay? You are the problem. So if you have a solid foundation and you're utilizing AI to compound on top of your current systems and workflows, then that's exactly how you can remain relevant. Now, AI driven marketing heavily relies on, oh, soon. I'm also getting a little dry. But yeah, so AI driven content or marketing heavily relies on customer data. So obviously, mishandling this can definitely result in data breaches. You could potentially get sued because of it. But most importantly, it can definitely destroy your client trust, and ultimately, it can just damage your brand. So my recommendation is really just to make sure that you're implementing robust data protection measures, and you also want to have a review process, um, so that you don't run into that issue. So now that we've discussed some of the fears surrounding AI, there's four very creative ways you can use AI to dominate your market and really be innovative and relevant in your industry. So AI, like how I look at AI, it's really just a trusty sidekick that you can use to enhance your creativity, your productivity, which ultimately leaves room for you to think about the more strategic things in your business. So for one, AI allows hyper personalized email marketing campaigns. So basically, what that means is it's going to analyze your customer behaviors, their preferences, their purchase history, and it's able to craft really specific email content, which ultimately leads to higher engagement and conversion rates. So obviously, if I see something as a consumer, if I see something that I resonate with, if if the information or the content is relevant in my opinion, then obviously I'm going to interact with that particular email marketing campaign, or even if it's just an ad, same thing. I'm going to interact with it. So I know for a lot of people, social media is overwhelming, and I just it just takes a lot of work, and it's like, I have to do this again, So basically, you can also use AI for precision social media marketing to help you stand out. So basically, how this works is AI driven algorithms, they'll pinpoint your target audiences, their interests. It'll optimize the delivery and the content creation. So this basically cuts through a lot of noise, and it's basically making sure that your ads reach the right people. So another thing that you really want to look into is the ability to be able to enhance your website visibility by improving your SEO. So AI tools conduct in-depth keyword research. And so it's basically going to analyze your competitor strategies, and then it's going to suggest content for improvements. So, I mean, this obviously is going to boost your website's ranking. So, if someone searches for a keyword in your website, ideally you want it to show up on page one of the Google search results. And obviously, so SEO with search, which is engine optimization, this is your organic reach versus you can also use Google AdWords and pay per click, also known as PPC. With that, you're also landing on page one of Google, but you're paying for that. So one is organic and one is paid. So that's pretty much just the difference between those two. Now, if you do want to own your research, I will highly suggest doing your own research. Okay, especially if you're going the organic route, and you're using those keywords to rank. It's like the old saying, trust but verify. Okay, So moving on to number four. So here's something that's really, really amazing. So you can actually use predictive analytics for sales surges to boost your sales. So basically, how this works is that the algorithms they'll actually predict customer behavior, which helps anticipate demand, optimize pricing, and you can also make informed inventory decisions. So if you have more of a product based business, then this is going to be perfect for you. And moving on to number five, you can also enhance your customer experience. So just remember the future of business belongs to those who innovate wisely and ethically. Like I said, you want to do your research, make sure you're not putting your customers' privacy at risk. And also, it allows you to merge the power of AI with human touch. So, yes, it is a very effective tool in your business, but do your due diligence and ensure your client trust and privacy is always first. Now, like I can tell you firsthand, like as an entrepreneur, you get busy with your day to day, and having to learn yet another tool may sound overwhelming, but at the end of the day, you do have options. So, as a digital marketing agency, we are here to be your allies, really. So, for companies like Prestige Marketing and other digital marketing agencies out there, we have the expertise in AI integration, data analysis, and campaign optimization to ensure you're really using AI to your full potential. So, like I said, I don't really think AI is really a threat as much as the general perception is. Really, I see it as like that golden ticket for market domination. So, by incorporating this into your marketing strategies, into your email marketing, social media marketing, website SEO, you're really able to supercharge your sales. So, like I said, embrace it, elevate. The future is now. If you like this video, make sure you like, subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you next week.